Let me teach you about the conscious and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is your brain. That's your rational brain. That's your rational mind that thinks logically. Your subconscious is your heart. It's the feelings. It's your true beliefs. We manifest what we truly believe, what we truly feel with our heart. Your heart is the subconscious. That's what you have to reprogram. So, your mind, the conscious brain, is there to filter out every suggestion that it doesn't like or doesn't feel normal or comfortable with, doesn't have a attachment or feeling to. Okay, so your brain is there to filter that out, because the subconscious, it grants all your wishes. Now the subconscious, spiritually, in ancient texts and that, the subconscious is God. So think about the subconscious as the higher intelligence, the universe, one with the universe, that grants any wish that the subconscious believes. There's a saying out there: the only truth is the truth that the subconscious mind actually accepts. And the best way to prove this is by the placebo effect. The placebo effect, you can get people to take a tablet that is nothing, is like sugar, and you can tell them it's medicine, but because they believed it was medicine, they get the same effects. So that's because they had a feeling that I trust this doctor, I value his words, I believe that he's telling me the truth, so I believe it too. And then the subconscious creates that. So it just grants any wish that you want. And now you could be saying, okay, so why aren't I a millionaire already? Because you truly don't feel like a millionaire. That's why you're not a millionaire. Why aren't you abundant? Because you truly don't feel abundant. When you look at anybody that talks about manifestation, like Joe Dispenza, like one of the world leading scientists in and doctors in manifestation and human biology, and what, like, discovering what humans can actually do, what does he always talk about? Feeling, the heart, feeling, because your heart grants all your wishes. Your heart is the higher intelligence. Like, our mind, our brain, it's not pumping our heart. That's the subconscious. And the subconscious is God. It's everywhere. It's a lot to explain, to talk about God being the subconscious right now. That's for a different video, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe. But all we're talking about now is the subconscious mind has been proven to be the heart. Okay, so what you think and what you feel becomes your reality. Okay, so, and it's important to note that your thoughts, and this is why you have a rational brain, because your thoughts are actually not your thoughts. So your thoughts, they're not you. There's just an energy wave that is in the environment. And it's like you can have the same thought as someone, or you can read someone else's thought that is next to you if you're tapped in properly. And you can both be thinking the same thing, but if you're tapped in, you'll know what he's thinking. And why is that? That's because the thought is just an energy frequency that's floating in the air or something. I like to look at it. I've seen someone explain this, and I like to look at it this way because it makes everything like a spiritual warfare. Like life is just a spiritual warfare. That thoughts are entities, yeah? So you got lower entities and higher entities. And when you have a thought, what it's trying to do is trying to take over your body. That's how I like to look at it. Trying to take over your body and take your energy so it can live. Like, so it can have a manifestation. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, if you don't, if it doesn't take over your body, it doesn't have a manifestation, a physical manifestation, and then it's just like an energy wave or whatever that is just floating in the air. Okay, so how do we rewire the subconscious? Well, self mastery, firstly, to build confidence, to build trust in yourself. Okay, and then it's healing yourself. So it's healing your traumas and forgiving everybody. And it's disidentifying from the ego and finding your true self. That's what it is. It's a long process to do that, because to do that, there's something you need to do which a lot of people avoid, and you need to kill the old you. Literally, get rid of the old you, like get rid of the ego. Like there was a time where I would write down every day, Ahmed, me, the ego, Ahmed, is just a story. It's not the true me. It's just a story that I've said that Ahmed, the ego, is this, or Ahmed is that, or Ahmed is this. And then when you get to that stage, you could just rewire and rewrite your whole life, your whole story, the whole ego, and you can use the ego to work for you. Like, it's a beautiful process, but there was a lot of shadow work that I had to do. There was a lot of deep dive meditation that I had to do. There was a lot of truths, confronting myself. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of times where I felt like breaking. Uh, and I think, yeah, a lot of times where you go crazy, but it happens to everybody because this is the shadow work. This is the shadow work that you need to do. Unless you truly bring the darkness into the light, it cannot transcend into the light. So Carl Jung, one of the best psychiatrists back in the days, uh, he said you need to bring the shadow into the light to transcend it. If you don't, the shadow stays in the shadow and never goes away. So until you are brave enough to actually deep dive and do the shadow work, you'll never become your highest potential. There'll always be a program that self-sabotages and brings you down. With that said, I've been thinking about bringing out a program to deep dive into shadow work. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Send me a message on Instagram, beast.mastery. And when the program is out, I'll definitely do a video about shadow work and the process, and how you can work with me doing it. And I'll give you some tips on how you can do it by yourselves and all that. But yeah, it's not a journey that if you're not ready to commit 100%, it's not a journey to do. It's not a journey for you, because there was a lot of suffering for me. There was a lot of times I wanted to quit. There was a lot of times where I thought I was crazy. There's a lot of times where I was just like, just miserable. Like, I was making myself miserable, because you need to dive into your deepest, darkest secrets and bring it to light. And it's not just one time. It's not just a one-time thing. It depends on how long it takes you. Like, it could take months. It could take years. I still do shadow work to this day. Like, I've bring a lot of my shadows to the surface, but I do shadow work every day. I'm conscious of bringing my like deepest, darkest programs up to the surface, and sometimes I'll re-bring the same programs because the same programs will run for the day sometimes, and then I have to bring up the same trauma that has been hiding and bring it up and think about it and look at it, and then eventually that program will stop running. I'm in a very good spot at the moment, but now I wouldn't say I'm completely enlightened, but I'll say I am truly authentic. I've reached authenticity. I am able to assess anything that needs to be assessed and change anything. I have attention. I have my own attention. I have control of my attention, and I don't let my attention just go anywhere. So I have conscious control of my attention. I don't think you truly understand what that means. But you will one day if you take this journey. If you like this video, please leave me a comment, like, share, follow. Spread it. Spread this, because people need to hear this. And if you want to work closely one-on-one with me, send me a message on Instagram, which is @beast.mastery. And until next time, peace, much love.